Bienvenue, bienvenue à la cérémonie de remise des diplômes 2019. Merci à tous, diplômés, familles et amis, qui avez pu être présents aujourd'hui. Welcome to the 2019 ceremony. First of all, thank you very much to all of you TSE graduates and their families and friends for being here today in Toulouse. Nous allons maintenant ouvrir cette cérémonie avec Stéphane Gregoir, doyen de TSE. It is time now to open the ceremony and I am pleased to call Stéphane Gregoir, Dean of TSE.
Chère Marie Ekeland, chère Madame Montré-Jovignol, who is representing Monsieur le Recteur, who could not be with us this afternoon, dear Jean, dear parents, dear graduates, dear alumni, dear colleagues. I'm very pleased to be here with you this afternoon for the 6th TSE Graduation Ceremony. I'm Stéphane Gregoir, so the Dean of the school, and I do feel honored to stand in front of you on this special occasion. So I will first thank all of you for being so numerous to attend this special event today, and a special thank you to Jean and Marie, because they have a very busy schedule today, and they will not be able to attend the complete ceremony and will have to leave us before its end, but thank you for being with us for the beginning. First, I would like to say some words on behalf of the President of the Toulouse Capital University, Miss Corinne Mascala, who unfortunately is not with us today. She told me she was very sorry, and each year Mrs. Mascala warmly congratulates our new class of graduates and wishes them a lot of success in their professional career. She always stresses how proud she is to welcome in the family of the alumni of Toulouse Capital University people from so many countries who will contribute to the international visibility of TSE and of the Toulouse University of Toulouse. So let me add my voice to congratulate you, our students, for your academic success. This last year have been very demanding, yet I hope sometimes exciting. I know sometimes maybe exhausting, but in any case, I am confident that you have learned a lot and you are proud of achieving success in your studies. Well, I am proud of you. Not only have you learned a lot in economics, econometrics, statistics, or finance, but you have also learned from the discussion you had with all the people you have met at TSE and with whom you have worked. These students and professors with whom you shared these moments come from different countries with their own culture, their own values, their own sense of humor too. In a way, if you would ask me to summarize our school spirit, I would say that it is most of all cosmopolitan. In your everyday life at TSE, you have experienced the benefits of these exchanges and the true virtues of open-mindedness. As a matter of fact, I do believe that you are right to try to understand our world. We know that we need to not only learn with humility and patience, but also with intellectual rigor and honesty, even in our personal and professional relationships. And I hope this is part of what our school has fostered in you. This is important, especially as today, all over the world, fear and xenophobic speeches become more and more frequent and listened to. Understanding our ever-changing world and trying to find our role in it, or simply being a good citizen, is difficult and demanding, even for highly trained and educated people like you and I. I do think there is no simple narrative relying on an honest, scientific and benevolent point of view, able to give you a complete insight of the world you live in and its evolution. So modestly, you have to read a lot about very different topics to decipher and puzzle over a lot of fragmented information. This situation may naturally generate fear and frustration among those who have not been trained, those who cannot master technical and sophisticated vocabulary. Therefore, it is our responsibility as trained people to take into account the situation of those who are not trained and their possible confusion. We have to show some solidarity and not abuse of our partial understanding to take undue advantages. Remaining attentive to this matter is our collective responsibility. And your responsibility is even larger as young graduates trained in data sciences. you are able to understand the motivation and the risk for our open society that are lying into new apps, new web services, or new collection of personal data. You certainly, during your career, be involved in the use of this personal data or new way to use them. You will have to anticipate that and remain attentive to the risk of endangering freedom and humanism. I am confident that you will keep this in mind. This is a very important topic and it is your responsibility. All this said, back to the celebration. So today you are about to embrace your career, a very promising one indeed, and you might wonder how to allocate your attention to find the right balance between your professional and personal life, and also to pay attention to those who are around you. Here are some pieces of advice. First, you will only be successful if you are hardworking. Also remember to always stay modest. You are at the beginning of your professional journey. And if you don't want to miss opportunities and be proud of your work and your decision, be open-minded, be rigorous, be intellectually honest and persistent. As I told you earlier this year during our farewell parties with the director of the master program, David Allary, keep being curious, keep learning. As you know, the world is changing quickly. What you'll be doing 10 years from now will be mainly based on new ideas, new techniques and new tools. I trust your curiosity has already grown during your time at TSE, and I do encourage you to keep nurturing it over the years. Curiosity will also help you to make well-grounded and so better decisions with a more accurate understanding of your environment. But making good and timely decisions is not easy. Let me quote a meaningful Chinese proverb that will certainly illustrate situations you will encounter in your life. It says, the best moment to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. There will be people around you who will maybe warn you that the conditions are not yet right, that you should wait a bit longer, but don't wait too long. If you have properly analyzed the situation and your inner voice tells you to do it, follow your intuition. When you have to make an important decision, don't just trust your abstract intelligence, but listen to your heart too. Among those people who will urge you to wait a bit longer when you have to make an important decision, there might be your parents or close relatives. As they always want the best for you, it is likely you will have to find the right words to convince them of your determination, and always, as always, they will support your decision. So please always remember that you especially owe a lot to your parents. Another thing I would like to stress is that curiosity is one important thing, but listening also is very important. Success in your professional activities and families and social relationships will come more easily if you keep nurturing your ability to listen to people and to understand their point of view. This skill will make you more convincing and successful in your professional life. It will also make you better citizens and parents. Dialogue is more fruitful when we take into account other people's perspectives, which brings us back to the subject of values and our genuine interest in other people. I will end this speech with a request to our graduate students, because we need you. We need your feedback in order to improve our programs, to improve our organization, to improve our services. The staff of the school is highly dedicated, available and attentive. I am sure many of you have benefited from their help and support. And on this matter, I would like to take the opportunity to say a big thank you to all of them, and particularly to Nina and her team, who have organized efficiently and professionally this ceremony. So please give them a big round of applause. Thank you. So you might wonder why we need your help and why we need to learn from you and your experience at TSE. Our school is facing big challenges today. We need your help to remain in competition with highly reputed and far more older and well-funded departments in well-known universities all over the world. I just have to remind you that the school TSE is less than 10 years old. So we want you to be proud of being TSE graduate. We want you to be our ambassador all over the world to promote the school, its spirit, and its programs. So lastly, on a more personal note, let me tell you that I was born in a town on the seaside by the North Sea in France. And we have a long tradition there of bidding our friend goodbye to our friend with a old nautical expression. So let me wish you fair winds and following seas. Thank you for your attention, and once again, congratulations for the good job.
J'invite maintenant Emilien Simioni et Mathilde Berthelot, tous deux membres de l'association TSE Alumni Network, à me rejoindre sur scène. I'm now inviting Emilien Simioni and Mathilde Berthelot, both members of the TSE Alumni Network Association, to join me on stage.
Dear alumni, dear professors, dear all, congratulations. Today, you're officially graduating from the Toulouse School of Economics. As of today, you're also part of the Alumni Association. We have no doubts that the journey was challenging, exciting, and full of surprise, and of course, you enjoy finishing it. No more midterms, exams, or library until midnight, except if you would like to pursue on a PhD, but that's on you.
Well, starting from now, new challenges will arise, and you will enter a new world. Well, the goal of our association is also to be there for you and to help you in those new opportunities. Finding a job, expand your network, sharing a drink and some discussion with your fellow alumni. Well, we are happy to be part of your career, and please know that we are available for you. We are also more than willing to welcome new faces to help us grow our network and our community. Feel free to contact us if you wish to be involved in this area. Today, we are also glad to welcome among us Marie Ekeland as the patron of this ceremony, economist, co-founder of France Digital to promote startup best interest, founder of Daphni, a venture capital firm, board member of several schools and companies, but also first woman to be appointed president of the French Conseil National du Numérique. Well, if you follow me, if we succeed being half successful by our young age, it would be for us a great accomplishment.
Without any pretension, we would like to use her experience to highlight some facts that seems key for us and we would like to share with this assembly. First, she is a pioneer in the digital economy, which tends to be male-dominated. And here I would like to point out all the women in this room and ask them to believe in themselves. It's an additional challenge that we are facing, but mentalities are changing, and it's also thanks to women like Marie Ekeland. So if we are here, both of us today, it's also to show that gender equality is not only important for reporting or advertising, but it's up to us to show on a daily basis and on our ongoing actions that this topic matters.
Well, secondly, we would like to draw the attention on risk-taking. Well, for those who know me, and I'm thinking of you, David Allary here, I was not the best hard worker when it came to reading paper and articles. However, some years ago, there is one I read, and it really changed the way I see stuff. Well, basically it was in 2016, and this paper was written by Ekeland, Tirole, and Gollier, and has to deal about strengthening the French venture capital. It for sure also has to deal with risk-taking and generating the new French unicorns. Well, one of the many points my attention was attracted on is the fact that the link between universities and the innovation ecosystem within company was not very well developed. Today, at our low level, we would just like to make two wishes. First of all, for those of you that will pursue a PhD and that will probably be working in university, labs, and so on, please remember that there is another world, complementary, that exists, for which your ideas, your research are key, and where innovation can be made alive. For those that are going to leave the university and that are going to join companies, please remember that you benefited from a top education at the university. Be proud of it and be there to help it grow. To all of you now, take risk, believe in yourself, and make it happen. I know you probably don't have the money at the moment to invest in other projects, company, or whatever, so start by investing in yourself. Don't be trapped in a routine that you do not like. The professional life, and even if it's only be 4 years for me, it's full of opportunities. Grab the one you think deserves your attention, your motivation, and your time.
Finally, you already know that what you've learned at TSE will be helpful. Hard skills are useful, and after 5 years of intense work, you master it with no doubt. But there is an area in which you will learn on a daily basis, and you cannot set a limit. Soft skill. Please, keep in mind that attitude is key, and you will be respected and appreciated for what you realize, but also based on how you behave. This might be something that you did not all learn at school, but it will impact your routine more than you think. Those few words could be strange coming from two people as young as we are, but if we figure it out, no longer than 4 years after leaving the school, we think that it could be important for you to receive this message now.
Well, to end this beautiful speech, we know that Marie Ekeland promotes the idea of social and ethical investment to basically join private interest and common interest. We know, and all of us know that for sure the Jean Tirole last book is named Economics for the Common Goods, where economics becomes a positive force for the society. So keep in mind that we are all part of something bigger, and that we must take this information into account with respect to decision-making process. So that was the last economic stuff I have to say today. So once again, thanks a lot for your attention, and congratulations to all of you.
Je suis heureuse d'appeler Laila Soali et Oscar Diego Jara en tant que représentants de la promotion 2019. I'm pleased to call Laila Soali and Oscar Diego Jara, who are both students representatives of the class of 2019.
Dear classmates, professors, administration, family, and friends, we're gathered here today to celebrate a very special day, the achievement of years of hard work. At the start of our studies, most of us could not clearly picture what we wanted our professional careers to be. What we were sure of, however, was our desire to contribute to the common good. We were, and still are, avid to learn, thrive, and find ways to make this world a better place. And that is why we all chose TSE.
We learned that being at the frontier of knowledge is what makes an economist a great researcher. It will be our strength to excel in the future. We were extremely lucky to be constantly exposed to cutting-edge research here at TSE by faculty members who, through each project or question, were keystone actors in shaping our skills. We did our homework. We learned our lessons and embraced all the knowledge and capabilities that come with them. TSE faculty members gave us the tools to succeed in the professional life, be it in private or public sector or in academia. And for that, we are extremely grateful.
At this point, a few months after the end of last year's classes, having just finished or almost our internships, we understand better than ever that all of the knowledge and abilities that we cultivated are not only our comparative advantage on the job market, but also our responsibility. We've worked and will continue to work towards meeting these expectations. We're committed to doing our best in every job we'll have to uphold TSE's reputation and to try to improve our community.
But TSE is more than just academics. TSE is about enjoying one of the most beautiful cities on earth, Toulouse.
The most beautiful city on earth.
It is also about participating in the creation of a deep sense of community by being part of the different associations. It is about becoming well-rounded professionals.
As we all know, TSE was far from being an effortless journey. Whether we spent 5 years, 3 years, or just 1 year as a TSE student, we all had some rough times here, as TSE has very high expectations for its students. The first year of masters, for example, is known to be the toughest. Some subjects were particularly, well, let's just say unexpectedly challenging. For those of you who took incentives the same year as I did, you must know what I'm talking about.
But in this process of learning how to overcome challenges, we were not alone. We had all of you, our classmates, to share the struggle with. More than learning with each other, we learn from each other. Every year, TSE receives students from all around the world, each one with a different background, different goals, and different visions of the world. This cultural wealth has taught us not only about diversity of cultures, but also how to broaden our minds by learning from other perspectives of the world. For those of us who were away from our home country, having you all to share this journey with made this whole experience and missing our countries a lot less hard. It is a very big world we live in, and thanks to them, to you, it feels closer. Again, we have been very lucky.
We reached a point where we stopped being just classmates to become friends. We look at all of you right now, and we know for a fact that this is not the end of our story, of our friendships. Today, we're all part of the same big family, the alumni of the Toulouse School of Economics.
No matter what comes next, whether we enter the world of public policy, the private sector, or the academic field, we know that we have the tools, the methodology, and the understanding to face a world that is becoming more and more complex every day. From now on, we will all pursue our own different paths, be it on development, consulting, environmental, finance, or any other sector. But wherever we go, we will carry TSE's legacy, and we will use our knowledge of economics for the common good.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you, family and friends, for supporting us, even from afar. Thank you, professors, for helping us grow as economists. Thank you, administration personnel, for being so pleasant to work with.
And to you, fellow classmates, newly TSE alumni, thank you for sharing this journey with us. We wish you all the very best in your future endeavors.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Et le moment est venu d'écouter Jean Tirole, président de Toulouse School of Economics. And now it's time to hear Jean Tirole, chairman of Toulouse School of Economics.
Chère Marie, chère marraine de la promotion 2019, qui a été co-auteur ou co-autrice, je ne sais comment on dit, d'un rapport CAE avec qui j'avais beaucoup apprécié de travailler et dont la présence aujourd'hui nous honore, ça me fait très plaisir. Monsieur le doyen, cher Stéphane, chers amis, chers collègues, chers parents, et amis de nos diplômés et surtout chers diplômés de la promotion 2019. Et puis merci aussi aux étudiants, anciens étudiants et étudiantes qui ont fait vraiment des speeches magnifiques. I would like to apologize, as Stéphane said, I will have to leave because an earlier commitment, and I won't be able to stay with you after the speeches, but I wanted to be with you to express my gratitude to you for having chosen TSE, and my hope that you will have enjoyed your journey through your master's degree. About 5 years ago, the Royal Academy of Science in Sweden called me with some rather stunning news. At first, I didn't answer because I was working with a colleague and I didn't want to stop working. But then after 10 minutes of ringing, my colleague asked me, why don't you take the phone? One never knows. And I took the phone, and the rest, as I say, is history. Now that day, I didn't realize what was happening to me. I'm not sure I still realize, actually, I do realize today, but that has changed many things in my life. I believe that today marks a similar change for all of you. You may not think about it right now, but in a few years' time, you will look back to your years spent here, hopefully with fond memories of the classroom, including the incentives course, the student life, the TSE Gala, and of course the beers, Place Saint-Pierre. And I will stop there because your parents are present. And at that point of time, you will realize, how much your lives have changed since then, and realize how far you have come. This day marked the end of a couple of years of studies, discoveries, doubts, and of course, hard work. Now, by the way, you might think that a Nobel laureate is someone extraordinary, some kind of superman or superwoman. That's what I thought, actually, before they called me and accepted me into the club. That made me think of the famous Groucho Marx quip. I would not want to belong to any club that will accept me as a member. Actually, when I received the prize, my mother, let me have some personal digression here. My mother, who was a teacher, and of course is very keen on anything academic and science and literature, was asked on radio whether her son was a genius. And she answered, absolutely no. And she was extremely proud, and as you might think, she was extremely proud, but she answered the only thing that had to be answered, which is, there is no genius. It's just a series of things that make people successful, and not only in academia. And actually, if you had told me when I was a student at MIT or in school in France, that I would get the Nobel Prize one day, I would have thought you were completely insane. Well, actually, in my case, I accepted the prize, and I didn't follow the Groucho Marx recommendation, and I really recommend the experience. Now, you may wonder, why am I different from them? I'm not different from them intellectually, but this is my MIT gown. It turned out that I was a faculty at MIT until 1991, and in 1991 I got to spend a sabbatical year in Toulouse, and I never left. I never regretted that choice, because it's such a wonderful environment, but I kept a few things from MIT, lots of good memories, and also this gown. At that point, you may probably ask yourself, where is he going with this? What is he trying to tell us? I think my point is the following. Each Nobel laureate, like more generally any professionally successful person, has a story and has qualities. You have to be hardworking, that has been said many times, and it's so obvious that I don't have to belabor the point. You have to be obstinate. In 2014, you spent a week in Stockholm, actually 7 full days in Stockholm. So I was there with Modiano and other laureates, and I met with a chemist, a Romanian chemist, Stéphane Gregoir, who was that year's laureate in chemistry. And his story is remarkable because Stéphane did his thesis in Heidelberg in Germany, and his thesis was really his Nobel Prize. So he had in his thesis basically what he needed to get the Nobel Prize. It was not complete, of course, but pretty good. Now, the profession told him that was completely wrong and that could not be. So he was unemployed. He didn't find a job. After a while, he found a job in Turku, in Finland. He did his own laboratory at home, and then people discovered he was right, and he got the Nobel Prize. This is just, of course, an unusual story, but it's something about being obstinate and being passionate about your field, economics, at the same time as you are critical of it. You need to have both qualities and learn on every occasion and manage to be in the right place at the right time. And I think, if I have one merit in my career, is to have been in the right place in the right time with people, the teachers, the students, the colleagues who actually taught me things and made my brain function. And I can guarantee you are in the right place right now. You have the talents and the tools. Don't stop until you know you're at your very best. And even then, don't rest on your laurels. You can do amazing things. So the first point to take home is to believe in yourself. Then your passion and your environment will take you a long way. Let me give a special mention at this stage to one of this year's Nobel laureates, Esther Duflo. I was very fortunate to have dinner with her and Abhijit Banerjee, her husband, who also got the prize 2 days earlier, and to be there the day of the prize. And not only is the award well-deserved, but it's also very symbolic. She has championed evidence-based approach. She has emphasized what we know rather than what we want to believe at a time when populist and eccentric economic theories are unfortunately enjoying great esteem around the world. Esther is part of a talented generation of women economists who are revolutionizing economics. A Nobel Prize will encourage new vocation among female students. And Mathilde said it very nicely today. It's very important also that women also see the future they have and the talent they have. Of course, we need a role model. We need role models like Esther, like Marie. It's very important, but you have to trust your talent. And I'm very pleased to have Marie today also, because not only she's very talented and successful, but she's also an entrepreneur. And the whole story of TSE at a small scale is entrepreneurship by our colleagues, trying to change the world. And we need entrepreneurs, we need people who change things, and that's very important as a symbol. Moving on, I hope that you will experience on this day deep gratitude for everyone who has supported you on your journey here. Your professors and administrative staff who demonstrate passion for their work and generosity of spirit in their relationship with their students. And your family and friends who have been there for you all those years. My third take-home point concerns your responsibility. Your new degree comes with many opportunities, but also a few duties. As trained economists and as TSE graduates, you will have to relentlessly represent the excellence of your institutions and the rigor of our common passion, economics. You graduate today in an era of worldwide changes that are more than ever in need of economics. How can we manage the impressive digital revolution to benefit society and protect consumers, workers, and citizens? How can we control climate change to protect and respect our planet? How can we guarantee that increasingly complex financial systems stay healthy and efficient? How can we ensure that generosity and passion will prevail against populism and nationalism? You will have to combat the cognitive biases, your reliance on first impressions, a dependence on heuristics and narratives, a eagerness to believe what we want to believe, to see what we want to see. Cognitive biases are skillfully exploited by those who want to propagate inward-looking attitudes, hate speech, and reactionary ideas. The world of knowledge, by contrast, has no frontiers, no boundaries. What a better symbol than this hotbed of knowledge, your university. You are the generation that will tackle those many daunting but exciting challenges. You will behave in a socially responsible way. And at a time when science is regularly attacked and knowledge disregarded, when economics is often misunderstood and reduced to simple ideas, you will have to stand your ground and relentlessly explain why science and knowledge are so important for the world and its future. You will have to show what economics is capable of and employ it to make this world a better place. By doing so, you will promote the common good. The good news is that I believe that you are part of the solution on all those global issues because you are the ones equipped with knowledge. You're already a force for change to reckon with. You are succeeding, you're making us proud. And you have already started to improve the world. You have embarked on initiatives during your time with us, and we are very thankful. Today, you become a TSE alumni, an important status to feel proud of. Please lend a hand to future graduates, exchange tips, experiences, and memories. An important step for us will be to consolidate TSE's future for the next generation of students. Don't be surprised if you get a letter from us about the Alumni Fund. Finally, I would like to thank again the professors and administrative staff for their sharing their passion and generosity, the University of Toulouse Capital, who over the years has supported us, and Marie Ekeland, of course, for being with us today. Many thanks to all of you. I wish you the best for the future. Thank you.
Nous accueillons maintenant Marie Ekeland, cofondatrice du fonds d'investissement Daphni et marraine de cette cérémonie. Dear Marie Ekeland, we are very pleased to welcome you as the patron of this ceremony.
Stéphane, Jean, merci beaucoup de m'avoir invité. Thank you so much for having me here today. For me, it is really the kind of like the recognition of what we wrote in this report, that the academic world and the startup world and the innovation world should join forces in believing in that we should build that better world together, and that it's by knowing each other better that we can achieve that. So thank you. I want to start by sharing an advice that really that I brought with me during all my career paths, which my father gave me a while ago, which was there are no good or bad decisions. There are decisions that are taken in time. And that really helped me in a lot of different situations. The first one is that means whenever you're taking a decision, it's actually not having such a big impact. It's lowering the weight of the risk that you're taking. And because it means the more you wait, the worse decision you're going to take, so it actually quickens the decision, but it's also because the one thing is that it has to be your decision. The main point is of taking it. And there's a number of situations where actually you're not realizing that you're facing a situation where you actually have choices, and that you're not seeing them, and so you're letting others decide for you. Not taking a decision is letting other people decide for you. And that, we don't realize how many times that happens in your life, because we're not seeing options. We're not looking as broad as we should be looking. We're not seeing all this because sometimes we're really stuck in a world where we ended up being with beliefs we ended up having, and we're not curious enough just to step out of that world and see there's a lot of different other things that are very interesting and that are making me learn a lot of different things and that actually I feel good about. And so mixing worlds helped me a lot by continuing doing a lot of sports, really maintaining links with the academic world, which I had links previously from my father, who's a researcher, going into politics. All this actually brightens your vision. And when the other thing is, how do you decide? So when you have decisions that you actually acknowledge that this is actually a choice that I have to make, how do you make that decision? So something I realized is that in a lot of different situations, my body was actually telling me what to do. And we completely underestimated that. Your body is talking to you and you should listen to it. This is not the place I should be at. It's yelling, you know? And we tend to make decisions on a very rational way in saying, this is good, this is bad, plus and minuses, and blah, blah, blah. And then you ended up just not listening into what really you think where you should be at. So making these decisions are important. There are a lot more decisions that you're making that you're not seeing because you're just not realizing that you had all these different other options. And other thing is, the in-time part means that often we don't see that there's not going to be a second option, a second times that this decision comes up, that this opportunity comes up. And so the way you should see that question is, am I going to regret not testing that, not experimenting that? Is this something that will not happen again and so that I really think I should try? And often when you start thinking that way and you start making these decisions, you realize that the risk you thought you were taking is actually a lot lower. And it brings you kind of this discipline of just doing it all the time. So, doubt. You should question all the time. You know, is this really all the different options I have? Am I not missing something that I would be happier doing? Just get, explore. I think we should really explore. And the other thing is, when you explore, you end up wanting to learn things, but also seeing things that you want, that you don't think are right. And that you think, this is not right, I should change this. And then you see things that you want to achieve, and you're like, okay, so how do I achieve that? And this is why I ended up doing all these creation of France Digital, which made me end up changing the taxation law, which really was not one of my points of interest. I like exploring a lot of words, but taxation was not one I was digging into naturally, to be honest. And this is also why I became an entrepreneur, because I thought, this is not, I think there would be another way of doing things that would suit me better. So it was not a true plain decision. It was just a completely natural thing to end up doing, because I just thought I wanted to achieve that goal over there, it should be done that way. And so how do we do it? Well, nobody else is doing it, so maybe I could just try it. So in our times, having that way of thinking, of questioning, is key. We are living unique times where it's for me obvious we're at the end of a cycle, that we cannot rely on all models anymore, and so that the fact that we should question exactly what we think should be, and not what has existed all the time for so many years that nobody is questioning it anymore, is super important. If you look, when I say we're at the end of the cycle, there's one example that I like very much to show how disaligned we've become, is the example of Netflix. So the CEO of Netflix just said that his main competitor is sleep, right? So you have this company who is saying that my goal as a company is really to fight against the #1 health factor of my customers, right? So they're completely against the first interest of their customers, of society. It's a disalignment between the interest of the company, the interest of society, and the interest of the planet in the end as well. This is not sustainable. We've achieved and reached the limits of this system, and I think what it's emphasized in all the problems you see around environmental challenges, social challenges, democratic challenges. I mean, Nature just published a report where we see that 50% of the non-return factors around climate change are already behind us. We have 31 countries where the population just stepped upon against their government in the last year. 31, that's a lot. You've seen the yellow vest, you've seen the social challenges here. And in terms of democracy, we have companies like WhatsApp who made it easier for Bolsonaro to be elected, companies like Facebook who impacted the American election and the Brexit. So we do have all these challenges around democracy, around the society we want to live in, around the planet that we can continue living on or not. And that makes it pretty obvious that we need some change. So, question is important if you want to change trajectory, because we need to rethink the axioms of our current way of living. And the only way to do that is what you've said earlier, that it was is aligning common interest and private interest. And to align that, because how do you do, right? And I think you need to be your own assessor. That is, you're out of school now and you've been used to having people telling you if you were good or bad. You've been used because it's grades, right? So you're putting out a copy and you have a grade that will tell you this is good, this is bad, you're successful, you're not. When now you're not going to have that, right? And I remember that when I first started working I started working at JP Morgan, and that was as a computer scientist in New York. And I was like, each time I was doing something, I was going to see my manager and saying, did I do well? Is this good? No, what do you think? And I realized, like, after 2 months, I was really pissing him off, so so that I should maybe be able to assess myself and saying, no, okay, I think you did a good job, you didn't, And so this thinking of being your own assessor is super important, especially now, where what you really want to achieve is what you believe in and what is suiting to yourself, What exactly do you want the world to look like? How do you align what you think and what you do? Professional life it's actually a big part of your time. It's a big part of your action. It's not only a way of making a living and earning money. You have the choice. So the question is, where do you want to spend your time, and to what goal? What goal do you want, what is the world that you want to build and that you want to live in? So I just will end by saying, be your compass, follow your North Star. And this is how we will all manage to build together this world that we actually want to live in and that we want to transmit to our children and to the next generation. Thank you.
Donc nous allons maintenant lancer la remise des diplômes sur scène. Let's now start the graduation ceremony on stage. So we will start with Henrik Andersson, Director of the Master in Environmental and Natural Resource Economics.
first of all, I would like to say I'm very happy to be here to present the diplomas to last year's students of the Environmental Policy and Energy Economics program. On behalf of all the professors and myself, I'm very happy that you had doubt about the other programs and you questioned them, and then that your body told you that you choose the ERNA Policy and Energy program. So thank you very much for choosing the program. And I also would like to say we're proud of all your hard work. And since not previous year students are here, I would also like to say that this is the best year ever of the program. So among a very good group of students, there needs to be one that's the best one. So I'm very happy to announce the best one this year, Anthony Ruiz, please join me. I'd like to call Isabelle Gollier. Valérie Furieux. Bastien Lamouche. Christophe Loge. Kevin Nem. Daniel Ostave Valriveras. Sarah Palol. Paul Récollu. So it's also my pleasure to present the diploma for another student. We have a new master program in environmental economics, and Ingela Alger, who is the director of that program, unfortunately cannot be here, but she's very proud the new interdisciplinary program, which is a joint effort with the University of Paul Sabatier. And she's very proud of this year's best student in the program, Fatoma Barry. So could you please join us?
The Master in Applied Economics, I'm calling Isabelle Dubec.
I'm very glad to congratulate the very nice people. It was a pleasure to know you, to work with you. Students from Master 2 in Applied Economics. I hope you will find your own way, the best for you in the future. I wish you all the best. Now I'm calling the first one is Min Yan Le. Congratulations. Bulfoni. Thank you. And now, Mon Loki Hubert Nidou. Fabrice. Dorian Goninet. Latifa Yadtan. Alexandre Ilouz. Laurence. Théo Lesoula. Peut-être que j'écorne. Audrey Orban. Mélissa Ourad. Clément Petitroux. Clément Rieux. Clément Rieux, bravo. Alexandre Saint-Derichin. Widatsuni. Avec Thomas Chemin.
And it is now the turn of Catherine Casal and Nour Medahi for the Master in Econometrics and Empirical Economics.
Hello. Actually, this information that I am a director of this master is a fake information. I am no longer involved. 3 years ago, we launched this program with Tati, and I'm very happy with the results that we had over the years, because the program is working very well. The placement is very good, so that's great. Same advice to the students over the years: keep working hard and learning. I would like to add one thing that I didn't expect is, I hear your marraine, what she said, and you have to know who is her father. She says, she gives you a lot of information about how to behave, but there is one thing that maybe she missed, is courage. You should know what her father is doing and what he did, regardless some international sensitive politics. And finally, congratulations to the students.
So now I call the major of the promotion, Amund Arthur Hanson Corp, please. Do the show. Now Jaime Avila Farrar. Joël Bréhen. Audrey Combel. Chloé Desruet. Clara Garcia Buissou. Mauricio Adolfo Itzfeld Arriagada. Mélanie Lesky, sorry. Vincent Larieux. Camille Massier. Valentina Narvaez Trujillo. Paola Navarro Sarmiento. Je sais qu'elle est là, si elle ne se cache pas, Amandine Soubéran.
J'invite maintenant Alexander Gamble à me rejoindre sur scène. I invite Alexander Gamble to join me for the Master in Finance.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to say that this is obviously a happy moment for the students, but not only that, it's also a very happy moment for me and for the other faculty members. It's been very hard work for you, the students, but it's also been hard work for us, the faculty. And this is a moment where we see our hard work come to fruition and the fruits of our labor mature, and that's a very, very happy moment for us. I would also like to say that the Master of Finance is the fruit of a very successful collaboration with the Toulouse School of Management. So the number of students in the Master of Finance is a bit larger than the 5 students who've graduated from TSE from that degree. So in a sense, you're just seeing the tip of the iceberg with the students that I'm now calling onto the scene. It's a great pleasure, of course, to give prizes for the best student. Because it's such a pleasure, we decided to have 3 tracks in the Master of Finance, so we can give 3 prizes. So I'm starting with the Master in Corporate Finance, Sebastián Mantilla Vargas. Fanny Brialon. For the Master in Finance and Information Technology, Tamara Zitouni. For the Master in Finance and Risk Evaluation, Alexandre Briois. And Ben Moussa Maga Oumar.
For the Master in Economics and Competition Law, I invite David Allary to join me on stage.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm very happy and very proud to call the students, but first of all, I just want to say that they are working a lot in economics, but also in law, but then I discovered that there is too many pictures of my students in the previous film. Then I will think about increasing the workload next year. It seems that they have too much fun. Then I'm really happy to call Lou Langeard. Louise Cassou. Léa Dardelé. Maëlys Doxois. Alix Deloustal. Arthur Dinoff. Ti Diem Mi Do. Mimi. Fabien Dorati. Emma Gaïa. Stéphane Gregoir. Julia Goutte. Naïma Hamzaoui. Benjamin Louis Isaac. Oriane Limousin. Anne Messaouden. Anaïs Pomared. Camille Kido. Nina Rullier. Amir Tahir. Maxime Tranchard. Jean-Christophe Urrutia-Calvé.
For the Master in Economic Theory and Econometrics, I'm calling Takuro Yamashita.
All right, I'm sorry. So I'm very honored to be here to congratulate a very nice set of students in master program of economic theory and econometrics. This, as you know, is a very challenging and demanding program. You made it. To be honest, you should be very proud of that. So let me first congratulate Louisa Carrère. Sébastien Declar. Basile Dubois. Anaïs Fabre. Oscar Eduardo Pentenes Teles. Jonas Gatten. Oscar Diego Jara Ramirez. Federica Lopolito. Nicolás Martínez Franco. Sébastien Monpetit. Johanna Obst.
It is now the turn of the Master in Public Policy and Development with its director, Jean-Paul Hazan.
Okay, thank you very much. I have to start with another thank you, which is to Mohamed Saleh, who is now the director of the PPD program. And he left me do this time, which is the last one. And some students who are here convinced me that I could not let you down, okay? So that's why I'm here. And yeah, there is another thing that I should tell you, which I've been already mentioning on other occasions, is that 48 years and a few weeks ago, I was sitting over there. It was the beginning of my story in economics. Okay, now I'm here, and I wish you to have as much fun, as much luck as I have with economics. Okay, now, so the valedictorian is Camille Semlé. The next in line is Shema Bari. Okay, the next one I won't kiss. It's Ege Beram. The next one comes from far away where she was in an internship. I mean, Anna Karen. Next in line is Justine Chollet. Next one is Lorraine Close. Next in line, Mathilde Dufouleur. Another one who's a well-traveled person, that's Victoria Grimaud. Next one is Camila Maria Hueso Alvarado. Maintenant, Rémi Le Ménager. William Leud. who was as well representing the students. Isabella Medina Jaramillo. Véranici. Now let me call Jérôme Poulain. Now that it's again the Leila Swali show. Now, where is Cyril Thompson? Please come. And now, Karen Trujillo Jara.
I'm calling now Estelle Malavolti for the Master in Economics of Markets and Organizations.
I'm very happy to be here for this graduation ceremony. I will not give you advices. I think you had a lot of these today. But still, I wish you all the best for your future life. I'm calling now the best student of this cohort. It's Ilana Salent. I'm calling now Pauline Anselme. Auguste Aubach. So I'm calling now Lucie Buzon. Bianca Elena Cosma. Victor Guyot, je m'arrête là. Parce que... Vincent Lim. Un autre Vincent, Martre. Marie Maurer. Anna Nepot Trebma. Salomé Paredes, pardon. Alex Pédurand. Scarlett Reeves. Molly Simonet. Kevin Turatins. Tomayeya Al-Koutlabi.
Let's conclude with the Master in Statistics and Econometrics. I'm calling Anne-Louise Gazin.
Congratulations to all of you. You have worked hard during the past year, so enjoy your success today. I'm now calling the best student for the non-apprenticeship program, Sarah Oulkadi. Pauline Bala. Arthur Mello. Maria Buge. Quentin Chiche. Paul Dublanche. Bastien François. Yvan Lambert. Siki Liu. Amandine Théago. Mathieu Mazot. Alexis Morin. Léonard Ménard. Li Nguyen. Diego Ramirez. Aoming Sun. Margot Tulliez. And now, the best student from the apprenticeship program, Lucas Dargel. Laure Bancalari. Benjamin Boyer. Valentin Brisac. Léa de Comarmont. Noémie Desgranges. Marine Doineau. Antoine Doury. Clara Douzal. Myriam Kassoul. Damien Loureiro. Greg Nami. Steven Thibault. Et Cannes Truon.
I will invite you to throw your caps into the air. 1, 2, 3.